MovieWeb.com.
When our world is threatened,
I have returned to wage war and reclaim our land.
by forces beyond our understanding, our government turns to an elite, top-secret organization.
We're moving up.
We had over 70 guests reported. We have no survivors.
Same story here, babe.
Don't call me babe.
Hey, I said, hey.
Red, we have company.
Do you kind of identify with this guy's, like, need to be out in the public since you've done so many acting jobs covered in makeup? I mean, can you kind of identify with that line in the movie?
Well, I get a chance to go out anytime I want to go out, you know, but I identify with I'm not sure identify is the right word, but I understand the magnanimous nature of Hellboy's gregariousness and how resentful he is that he has to be sequestered in this bunker, and you know, even his existence is denied. You know, they can't even you know, publicly acknowledge that this guy even exists. That's a pretty lonely place to be when you're as gregarious as Hellboy and you're as much a people person as he is. And so he's longing for the great outdoors. He's longing to be a part of the big picture, man.
How many characters do you play in this film?
Right?
Yeah.
Well, this is a new record for me. I play 3 characters in this film. I play, of course, I reprise Abe Sapien, whom I adore. I play the Angel of Death, which is a yummy moment in the film that you know, the VPRD team, Abe and Hellboy and Liz, need to come to the Angel of Death for some help, some specific help. And yeah, Angel of Death is kind of creepy, yet kind of beautiful, kind of scary, but kind of helpful, all at the same time. So you're not sure what to feel about the Angel of Death. So you have to watch the movie and listen to the dialogue closely in that scene to see, like, ooh, ooh, ooh. So yeah, it's one of those goosebumpy moments that begs for more in a later Hellboy installment, perhaps.
Whatever they called us for is over. We had over 70 guests reported. We have no survivors, no bodies.
Same story here, babe.
Don't call me babe.
Hey, I said, hey.
Wrong channel.
Abe, I think Liz is still mad at me.
Still the same channel.
Oh.
Now, with this big revelation in the movie, I'm not going to give it away, but I was kind of surprised that there isn't a more intimate moment between you and Hellboy, besides the kiss on the cheek.
Yeah, I think, you know, there was Hellboy 1 ended with us having kind of a really passionate kiss. And so I think it's just understood that we are in this intense relationship, that we're in love, you know, and that's what's understood the most. We didn't feel the need to have some gratuitous, you know, sex scene. I mean, how
Well,
weird.
it wouldn't be a sex scene, just maybe a little make-out session or something. I was just kind of surprised that didn't make it into the film.
Yeah, you know, there just didn't seem to be a need. The love was, like, more between the hearts of these two people, and also, I think, yeah, I don't know, you'll have to ask Guillermo that one. I think he really wasn't that comfortable with anything that seems a little, like, sexy between them.
There's a big revelation in this movie
Yes.
between Hellboy and Liz.
Yeah.
Now, why don't we see more...
Hellboy is a woman.
Hellboy is not a woman.
no,
Don't lie to me like
No,
that. But anyways, why don't we see more of an intimate moment between these two? Because they share a kiss on the cheek and that's it.
No, there is. I think that there is that big kiss at the end of the first movie, and I thought it would be really, really great to pace the fact that they are distancing each other in this movie, you know. And I think it was not about, because the surprise is all about physical contact. That would have been the obvious choice, to keep the physical contact going. But I love the idea that they're both in their separate spaces thinking about things. She one thing and him another. You know, so it was a deliberate decision that I hope pays off in the fact that the love that they declare for each other at the end of the movie, or throughout the last act of the movie, is so spiritual and beautiful.
Kill them.
But
lied to us.
Abe, old buddy, if we ever get out of this, we gotta talk.
Now, I read recently that you said there's an incestuous relationship going on between your two characters. Now, how did that affect the way you played those?
Well,
Yes.
certainly from my love of my sister is not reciprocated, but my love of my sister is certainly more love than it should be. It's almost like, you know, the gladiator relationship between him and his sister. It's revering of her because we're the last of our kind, but it's not reciprocated, is it?
No.
No.
I mean, I think he gets a bit confused almost.
He's so confused.
Between, you know, a kind of, you know, there's a love, a sort of sexual love, or just the fact that they are so close he can't almost bear, you know, he can't bear to be apart from her.
I think the confusing line is you know, when you see us cut and we feel each other. It's been so long that I felt her emotionally and physically and spiritually that. You know, it would be hard to have that kind of connection with anybody else, and I think he becomes admiring of her, probably more than he should.
But she doesn't have the same feelings towards him, though.
No.
At all. Now.
Well, that's part of the frustration of Nawada. I think that's part of his the twisted kind of mindset. I mean, he as much as he's kind of functioning on honor and stuff like that, he's misguided at times. I think.
She's gonna eat the cat. You'll make her aware of our presence. We should use the canary now. She's gonna eat! We should use the bird, Dr. Krause. The bird. She's going to eat the cat. Stay put and follow my orders. I can't sit by here. You are directly under my command and you have to obey. Oh, stick to this! Hey! Lucy! I'm home!
Oh, yes, dearie. Can I help you?
Give it up, Nasty. We can see you.
You see me? How do you see me?
Now, why did you choose to do almost everything in practical effect instead of the CGI? Because I mean, it does look so much better.
But I think that the creatures have a beautiful. They're there if you shoot them for real, and I think they've been a big champion of doing physical effects enhanced digitally from a long time ago. You know, started on Mimic really, and I've been doing it on Blade. I've been doing it on Devil's Backbone, etc., and Pan's Labyrinth certainly. So this and then The Hobbit, I plan to keep pushing that envelope as much as I can.
Yeah, well now with his projects are going to take him at least 6 years before he can return to this.
God, I've heard 6 years before. It was 4 years, now 5 years, now 6 years.
Well, my question is...
I'll be 75.
You'll be 75, and what about the other characters that are going to be coming from this?
I know.
He says he has a weird plan. Has he talked to you about that plan? What your...
No, he hasn't talked about the plan for Hellboy 3. I mean, I just know there'd be a lot of pain and suffering involved for Liz, but I don't know what the plan would be. And I hope there's a Hellboy 3, but I don't know.
It was interesting to me that he actually has a love relationship in this film. We see him fall in love for the first time. How was that for you to perform that?
Well, it was different because, you know, me being me, I realized when I at an early age that I was not going to be playing romantic, leading, handsome man love interest types. I was going to be playing, you know, either scary or funny characters. And so leave it to Guillermo del Toro to write a fishman mutant role that is a romantic leading male, you know? So I never thought it possible, and yet in this movie it seems extremely possible, you know, and probable, and it makes sense. It works.
Why is Hellboy drinking light beer?
I don't think that was light beer.
Tecate regular comes in a red can. Tecate light comes in a white can.
You kidding?
No, and I was like, why is this guy drinking light beer? I thought it was kind of strange.
Jeez, we gotta go reshoot that.
I think you might have to. It kind of puts him down a little bit.
Excuse me, I gotta make a phone call.
Okay.
I'll wait.
They can digitally CGI the cans that are red.
I don't know if there's that many guys that know that Tecate regular comes in red cans. And, you know, I think maybe you're scooping the world here.
Everybody knows that. What are you talking about? This is the biggest beer around here, Tecate.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we fucked up.
Kill them.
I wouldn't do that if I were you. They're afraid of me.
You have more in common with us than with them, demon.
Excuse me.
Make the choice.
you woke up the baby.